on screen. There we go. It is all done right now.
You narrate your work like you're talking to an infant.
Well, I used to teach.
Infants?
No, actually, secretaries how to use computers. So,
Oh.
Anyway, but Rachel, I don't want to talk about the things that I taught for however long. I just want to talk about the show. If you wouldn't mind, would you tell people out there where they can find us?
You can find us at Six Unseemly on all social media and unseemlyquestions.com.
Yes, you can. Very enthusiastic. All right, let's get the show started.
Six Unseemly Questions!
Welcome to Six Unseemly Questions. I'm your host, Victor Varnado. This is my sidekick, Rachel Teichman. Dave Rosinsky is supposed to be here, but as Dave has been prone to do, he is not here on time. Because Dave, he's a wild card. That's why he's on the show. He's a wild card. Anyway, so we're going to get started with the show. Today we have a great contestant on the show. Please put your hands together for the amazing Tim White. Come on up, Tim. How's it going, man?
Hey, everybody.
Hey. Tim, welcome to the show. We are going to introduce not only you, but our studio audience, which are great. Please welcome to the show, Jeffrey Kornberg and Jennifer Glick. There we go. Hi, welcome, Jeffrey. And Jennifer, welcome to you as well. All right, so Tim, I'm going to explain to you how the show works, and then after I explain how the show works, we're going to get started with the show. I'm going to ask you 6 unseemly questions. At the end of each question, I will ring a bell if I like your answer like this. However, if I do not like your answer, I will not ring a bell, and I will tell you why. Regardless of how many bells you get by the end of the show, you could win $5 whole if I decide your appearance on the show is worth giving you $5. All right. Tim, good luck. It's time for question number 1. Question number 1. How would you save the world?
Ooh. Starting out tough. 17-year-old me would have said get rid of money.
Really? When you were 17, you would have said get rid of money?
Yeah, I was dumb.
Were you already indoctrinated into something?
I was born black in the South. Well, I technically wasn't born in the South. I was born in New Haven, Connecticut. I shouldn't lie. But I think as a 43-year-old man, I would say to improve the world, yet maybe save the world, I would lessen the power of corporations.
Lessen the power of corporations.
I don't feel like you're going to get rid of it.
You know what? I'm going to say no bell on that question. I'll tell you why. Because
is it because you love capitalism?
Lessening the power because I love capitalism. I don't love capitalism necessarily. I mean, I'm not in fear of capitalism. I don't necessarily I'm not like, yay, capitalism is the best, but I'm also like, it's not necessarily the worst. But that's not why I didn't dislike the question. That was just you just pulling me onto a side street, which I didn't need to go on. Thanks, Rachel. The reason I didn't like the answer to that question is because I thought that it was, kind of like too rote, trite, lessen the power of corporations. I mean, everybody says that. I mean, who doesn't want to lessen the power of corporation? Come on, Tim.
Okay, I mean, that's fair. I just figured
it
was something real. It's realistic.
Okay, maybe it is realistic. Tim, it's time for question number 2. But before we do that, can you tell people out there what you do?
I am the singer-songwriter Timothy David White, also known as D&D Slugger.
Yeah.
I used to use basically Nintendo equipment to make songs. I've progressed a little further, and for some reason I made a synthwave Outrun album where I made a tribute to Blade Runner without actually watching the movie.
Oh my gosh! You know what you just reminded me of? I am hosting a competition. Basically, I have a thing called the Instant Album Project, and we're doing a thing where people are going to be given a subject, and then they have to make a rap song within 2 weeks, and then the winner gets $500.
That's technically my whole jam, but I never get paid that much for it.
The winner gets $500, second place is $300, and third place is $200. And we're also working with brands right now to give extra prizes. So. What? Make sure you stay in contact with me. But I mean, there'll be an announcement in early January. So, but
I
make
can
sure
attempt to rap
you should
for
definitely do that. Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
You should do it. All right. Anyway, it's time for question number 2. All right, Tim?
Ready.
Question
Man,
number
ready.
2 has, looks like we have a special guest coming in. I think it is our co-host. Hold on one second, Tim, while we get the actual co-host in the show. Did you let him in, Rachel?
He's coming in now.
Oh, he's coming in right now. So our co-host is Dave Rosinsky. There he is. Dave, you want to tag out, Rachel?
Yeah.
All right. Dave, how's it going? Dave, can you hear me? I can't hear you, Dave. I can't hear you at all.
I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you now. All right, you ready?
How's it going with you?
It's going pretty good. Let me catch you up, Dave.
What did I miss?
Well, Tim White we're doing Tim White right now. He says that he would save the world by lessening the power of corporations. We're on to question number 2. All right.
Oh,
so,
are we? All right.
Yes, we are. Welcome to the show, Dave. The show you co-host. All right. It's time for question number 2. Question number 2, Tim. Has your dog ever done anything amazing?
I'll tell you what, my dog today farted and looked at his butt. Just happened. Just happened.
That's
He
pretty
farted
amazing.
And looked at his butt.
Just today. Just happened.
All
Does
right,
it
you know what?
all the
I'm going to
time.
give you a bell on that question.
He was curious about what came out of that.
Of that
You
what,
got-
Dave?
Base curiosity, you know?
Yeah, so he farted and looked at his butt. I mean, I'm going to
Just
say that's
directly at it.
amazing. I'm going to say
Yep.
that's amazing. Why did you say that he looked at his butt, Dave?
Because he wanted to get a sniff, try to smell it. Occupy Fart Street.
Okay. Thanks, Dave, for your
Farts are not
contribution
a luxury.
to the show. It is time for question number 3. All right.
Oh my God.
Are you okay, Jennifer?
I'm fine.
Jennifer, it's time
Jennifer.
for Tim's question number 3.
Carrie.
If you
Look, we're
wouldn't
really
mind,
sorry about that.
pull it together, Jennifer. Come on, just
Yeah,
pull
you
it
got
together.
this.
I'm doing the best I can. Okay.
We've got question number 3.
What happened? Was it Occupy
Tim.
Fart Street? Was that what happened?
I just want to let everybody know
think so,
that I
yes.
know that Dave is a terrible co-host. I know he is. all right?
Hey,
It's
I'm
not
sitting right
surprised
here.
to me.
I'm sitting right here.
Yes. It's time for question number 3, Tim. Question
Right.
number 3. What would your Star Wars movie be?
Well, somebody already made a sort of short film about the stormtroopers and their everyday lives.
Okay.
I'd probably be the guy that like cooks at the rebel base, and everyone is always constantly telling him that it's too spicy to eat.
Where's my burger?
Oh, so so you're answering the question as if you're a character in this movie that you're.
Yeah, but
Yes.
then you do a whole movie about those people, but I'm the guy that also is just like, I think you guys can stand a little spice. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
You won't die.
I've never heard of the Star Wars cook job, and I love it. It's great. So hopefully we can.
They gotta
more-
eat.
Yeah,
Yeah. Obviously, if we have more stormtroopers making sandwiches and you're making a burger, I'm totally in, man.
I'm
Uh,
quite a burger
try that.
guy.
all right,
Oklahoma
I mean,
smash.
I think that I agree that there's definitely like chefs in the Star Wars universe. However, I will say no bell on that question because you
Oh.
did not understand the question. The question was, what would your Star Wars movie be? As in, what would you make?
But there can't be a movie about that whole.
I mean,
section of
that could,
people.
but you didn't answer as if you were making the movie. You answered as if you were a character who was in the movie, like it was a movie about this guy rather than what you would make.
I agree with
just-
Tim.
If Taika Waititi can do it, why can't I?
Yeah. I agree
don't-
with Tim.
I can
There should
be-
be a Star Wars like lunch movie where we see how the stormtroopers make food for everyone else. Like,
I'm only agreeing with him because he's agreeing with me. But yes,
yes, exactly. It's like Rikers Island. It's the same food made by
Oh.
stormtroopers, but for each other. Same shit.
Okay. That's
All right, I'm going to have to stop this conversation between the two of you because I want
Well,
the show to make sense.
right.
So it is actually
No bell. We'll move on.
Yeah, there was no.
You
bell.
gave yourself Nobel. You just
He-
gave yourself
I'm
Nobel.
agreeing with the host.
Yeah.
It's how you make waves.
It is time for question number 4. It is time for
It's
question
4.
number 4, and I'm going to change this question just a little bit. But question number 4: what's whiter, your last name or Dave?
My middle name
This
is
is an
Dave.
easy one.
My middle name is David.
Your middle name is David?
Yes, my entire name is Timothy David White. You've backed me into a corner because I've submitted my application and been very surprised at the faces people make when I show up.
Listen, man, this is an easy one. Like, you just have to say
Which
your
is
name.
whiter? Which is whiter?
Which is
my
whiter? Your last
my
name?
own last name,
or Dave?
Come
as
on.
as a person who's showed up to things as Dave White, and people have been confused about why a black man showed up, I'll say Dave.
What?
Yes. Dave. Your name. You're whiter than his last name.
That's
which is
completely inappropriate.
Which is Tim
behavior.
White. Yeah, it is.
No,
but you know, the way comedy goes racially, you can always punch up. You can never punch down.
That's true. That's a good point.
You should.
Most of my best friends are black.
Is that true?
I wish I could say the same.
Is that even true, Dave?
I mean, kind of, Victor. If you figure out...
I'm a really good friend. That's true, and I'm black. That's true. So that's
that is
one.
true. So some of them, like you.
Anything above three.
What do you
anything
mean
above three gets
them, Dave? What do you mean?
Did I say them?
No.
You know your accent sounds racist.
My accent is from you know where.
Yeah, it sounds like it's from like every Scorsese movie. All right, it is time for question number 5, Tim. Question number 5. Tell me about your most action-packed day.
Well, it hasn't happened lately. Let's see. I met Hulk Hogan at a drift event in Pittsburgh.
At a drift event?
Yes.
It didn't sound so action-packed when you just said you met Hulk Hogan, because that doesn't sound like action. Because not like you said you fought him. But no. But when you said at a drift event, this is getting better. So please tell me.
He did put his hand on my shoulder at a urinal.
What?
Wow. While
Yeah,
you guys were
why?
both peeing?
I was peeing, he wasn't.
So he called you while you were
What?
peeing?
This
That's
story's a lot
horrible.
longer than 20 minutes, but I can try to shorten it to just the chunky good parts.
Well, wait, okay. I just need a couple of quick details.
Go
Why was he putting his hand on your shoulder in a urinal?
Because
why wasn't he also using a urinal?
Those are good questions.
I'm just going to give you those chunks because the story takes forever.
Okay.
I may or may not have crashed his son's birthday party.
Oh.
I didn't know that's what we were doing.
Please tell me he was asking you to leave.
Well, we were already trying to sneak out because I felt uncomfortable. I thought we should leave, and I was in the bathroom trying to pee before I had to get on the road
brother,
and drive back to
why
Ohio.
don't you put your penis away and turn around and talk to me? Look at me.
Brother.
I hope you're not disappointed that you almost nailed that.
He did almost nail that.
This is definitely
No, why are you ending that? I want to hear the rest of the story.
I'm not
Are you kidding
ending
me?
it. I'm just
Are you
saying
fucking-
that it's definitely worth the bell. The story's worth the bell.
Can we hear the end of the story though?
I'll give you the big chunks. Went to a drift event in Pittsburgh. My friends some of them are professionals. They invited us to go to an after party. We got to the after party, and some guy who looked like Gene Simmons walked us to the back of this building that I didn't even know existed. And there's the Hulk family, and his wife is super nice, but way bigger than you think. We decided we're uncomfortable. We have to get out of here. They've told us we can get whatever we want. That's not what Hulk Hogan's face says. So we're trying to leave. I slip out to the bathroom, and this helps if my wife tells half the story, but I'm going to just cut it. I slip out to the bathroom. The guy at the urinal's like, "Hey, buddy, having a good time?" Drunk guy. "Yeah, I'm having a great time. I'm trying to be cool." I was just partying with Hulk Hogan. And he walks in right then. He puts his hand on my shoulder. "Having a good time, brother," which is literally giant white person for "you don't belong here." And then he steps into the stall, starts taking a Hulk-sized dump. I wash my hands and ran to my Firebird. I see my wife in the lobby of this restaurant laughing her off because she saw him go in there, and she knew what was probably going to happen. And that's the sort of the meat and potatoes of the story. But yes,
that is a great story. It was worth the bell.
Definitely that you got touched by Hulk Hogan while you were peeing. That's a lot. That's pretty good.
Linda Hogan tried to steal my hat.
Wow.
Oh, now you're just making things up.
Unbelievable.
No, I wish. It was a day that I didn't even think. It was a day that I didn't. Nothing happened that I thought should happen. It was a whole day.
That's
So, yes.
hilarious. I think what I like about it the most is that Linda Hogan tried to steal your hat and Hulk Hogan took a dump. That's what I like the most. All right, it is now time for question.
Oh yeah, go for it. Let's do that sixth question. I'm making this drag. I'm making this drag.
You got this, Tim. You got this. You're doing a great job.
Thank you so much.
Question number 6: who do you offend the most?
This touchy subject. Nerds.
You offend nerds the most? I mean,
yeah.
With a band name called D&D Sluggers.
I don't kowtow to garbage when I can, and I don't like when so I'm associated with a lot. I've played at quite a few conventions, and without naming any names, there's a few artists and performers that are misogynist, racist, sexist, transphobic, and I don't let it slide. So I've heard a lot of feelings.
Get him, bro.
It's probably why I don't get invited to some things, but it's not a big deal. I'd rather kind of stand up for myself than and I guess for other people than to be known as someone who just lets that stuff go.
Cool.
Well, I was gonna give you the bell because if I don't, what I'd be,
Yeah, you're the biggest.
At this point, I mean,
what a good answer.
I didn't want that to be so serious, but
no, it's totally fine. It's totally fine, and also it's the same type of thing that I would do, except I don't have to, go on the podcast and brag about it. All right, so
sure, buddy.
Ouch.
Oh yeah, nerd rights. That's what's up. Stick up for the nerds, bro. You ever do.
You have answered
Tim does. You don't.
Dave, if you're done with your rant, okay, you have answered all 6 questions, Tim. So now it's time to decide whether or not you get $5 for appearing on the show. But before we do that, can you tell people out there how they can find you?
Pretty much any time you want to find D&D Sluggers, you can type in just DD. The ampersand means nothing to the internet. DD Sluggers, Instagram, Facebook, MySpace probably. I'm all over the place. If you find a baseball team in South Carolina, that is literally not me, but what am I going to do? I can't make them change their name.
DD Sluggers. I started following you based on the name of your band.
I think I remember that.
On Instagram.
Since I am actually as face to face as we can get right now,
mm-hmm.
I just want to applaud your comics because I wish I could tell you how often my wife and I look at New Yorker comics and just go, why was that supposed to be funny in any way, shape, or form? And yours are great.
Oh,
yours are funny. They have punchlines. They make sense.
If you want to repay me in any way, just you and your wife send me just nude pictures of everybody, and then we're all good. All right, now
that's not a nice holiday card, bro. No one wants
We'll
to
start with the dog.
I'm just kidding. Please do
naked
not send me
holiday cards,
pictures of
and
you
no
and your
one.
wife.
I'll start with the
Don't
dog.
do that. I was just
We'll
kidding.
start with the dog.
All right. So it is time to decide whether or not you get $5, and as we always do, we're going to canvass the room. Let's start first of all with our studio audience. What do you think, Jeffrey? Should Tim get $5?
I'm gonna say a lot of those answers were pretty tame.
Tame? What were you expecting?
I mean, when you first said the question about saving the world, my first was like, oh, it'd be like there'd be a big asteroid and me and like an evil villain, and that's how I'd save the world. And then his answers, they were good, but my
not wild enough for you.
So do you think he should get $5? Do you think he should get $5?
I think he should still get.
Really?
I'd say
you
like
just gave
4.
him a very bad review.
You want to give him $4?
$4 is what I'd say.
Where's this guy? What
4.
the hell?
Wow.
How do you get 4?
I gotta be honest. No
That's
one's
not even
ever
the
done
thing.
that on this show before. No one's ever. Everybody said either yes. Very rarely no.
It's a
no one's
negotiation.
just lowered the amount of money.
No one's ever said give him $4.
What do you think, Jennifer? Should Tim get $5?
Yeah, I think that was worth $5 at the very least. I mean, you started slow. I agree with Victor. The first one, not the best.
He was very slow, and even I wasn't even here, and I didn't even realize how slow it was. But yeah,
To be fair, I wasn't far into the gin and tonic yet. So.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, but everybody loves a farting dog story. I mean, that's gold.
It's tops.
You
It's the
can't.
tops.
See, I think that
You
was
can't
$3.
undersell. You can't. Okay, yeah. There's 3, and then Hulk Hogan. That's all right. Maybe that's even worth $250. Who's to say?
All right.
It was a build. You took us someplace.
Okay. So then finally, Dave, what do you think? Should Tim get $5?
Well, I was impressed by the minor league baseball story. I'm a fan of Bull Durham. I remember that Kevin Costner movie from the 80s, and Tim almost recreated it for me. So my vote, based on minor league baseball at this point, is going to be yes. I believe he should get his $4.
Wow. Okay.
It's 4.
And let's also ask our producer, Rachel. Rachel, what do you think? Should Tim get $5?
Well, unlike the rest of you, I really liked his first 2 answers. I think regulating corporations is quite literally how we're going to save the world.
Yeah, here we go, Rachel. Corporate regulation. That's all you ever talk about.
Every time you talk, it sounds like you're pushing your glasses up your nose.
Yeah, what the hell? You got a nose now?
Yeah, I mean, we need to regulate corporations. We need more farting dogs, and yeah, he should get $5 just based on that.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks
You're
for
welcome.
nothing,
All
Rachel.
right. So, Tim, looks like you've got a lot of opinion about whether it should get 5 or 4, or I think the lowest we heard was $250.
$250.
But Tim, what do you think? Should you get $5?
I would like $5, but
What?
based on the discussion, I feel like it's just in the air at this point.
Wow.
Can I add another weird story to stack my
No,
$5?
This answer's taking way too long. No $5 for you, Tim. But thank you so much for coming on the show.
I knew
you were a very good guest. Super delightful.
Denied.
And now all we have to do is wrap this show up. Dave, what did you learn from this week's episode?
I learned that Tim didn't get $5 because of his inappropriate behavior, and in order to fix this situation, he's going to have to adjust his behavior to be a more positive and nice young lady.
Okay, let's wrap this up.
Thanks for having me.
You're great. And you can find us at Six Unseemly on all social media and see us at unseemlyquestions.com.
.com.